This is our presentation for our final project, created by Coulter Guthrie, Sophia Judd, and Joy Nielsen. This unit focuses on developing student skills in the writing process, which includes lessons on initial research, pre-writing, drafting, editing, revising, and publishing. We develop these skills by integrating writing and science. This is directed towards third grade students, but could also be adapted for fourth grade students. Our writing standard for this unit is Standard 3.2. Write informative/explanatory text to examine a topic and convey ideas and information clearly. The science standard for this unit is Standard 3.2. Students will understand organisms depend on living and non-living things within their environment. Lastly, we are focusing on WIDA English Language Development Standard 2, with guidance and support from peers and adults. Develop and strengthen writing as needed by planning, revising, and editing. The objective for the end of the unit is for students to be able to write an informative essay about an animal that is native to Utah and understand how to incorporate the stages of the writing process in their future writing. The student essays will have 5 paragraphs. The introduction paragraph will give a brief overview of the animal that the student decides to write about. It will include the animal's scientific name, its range, and its lifespan. For students who are proficient in English, this paragraph will be 30 to 50 words. Our student who is at a level 3 in writing will be expected to write 20 to 30 words in this paragraph. Our level 1 student will be expected to write 10 to 20 words. The body paragraphs will talk about the animal's habitat, diet, and a physical or behavioral adaptation that helps the animal survive. These paragraphs will be 40 to 70 words each for fully English proficient students, 30 to 50 words for our level 3 student, and 20 to 30 words for our level 1 student. The conclusion paragraph will summarize the information in the supporting paragraphs. Concluding paragraphs will be 30 to 50 words for fully English proficient students, 20 to 30 words for our level 3 student, and 10 to 20 words for our level 1 student. The students will publish their papers by converting the paragraphs to a poster with a picture of the animal similar to the one shown here. Students will then walk around the class, reading each other's posters, and answer 3 questions. Which animal do you find most interesting? Which animals share a similar food source with your animal? And which animal would you like to learn more about? All of our lessons follow the same format, where we explicitly state what it is we are doing, when we do it, why we do it, and then we model how to do it before turning the students loose to work. Here is one lesson from our unit. This is the 3rd lesson, which is on drafting. We begin by explaining that drafting is the next step after pre-writing. Here we use the information we brainstorm during pre-writing to begin putting our thoughts into paragraphs. We emphasize for the students that spelling, grammar, punctuation, and structure do not have to be perfect in this stage of writing. The objective is to get our big ideas down on paper. Next, we explain that drafting helps us develop a solid base of what our final essay will look like. Next, we will model writing a draft for our students. This is the writing piece that we will use for modeling, and as you can see, we intentionally make some spelling errors, which will help us model correcting spelling later on in the editing lesson. Students are then turned loose to write their drafts with support from the teacher. The teacher will walk around the room assisting students as they need it, and students can also go to the back table for assistance in writing a draft. After students have written, we give them an opportunity to reflect on their writing and how drafting can be used in their future writing. We expect that students will be engaged in this lesson because we have provided them with modeling of the drafting process, and before this lesson, they have had opportunities to research their animal and to brainstorm ideas for writing, which provides them with a level of competence. We also expect engagement in this lesson because students are engaging in real-world interaction. They know that they will be creating a poster, which allows them to present information in a way similar to how it may be presented in the real world. Differentiation for this lesson includes modeled writing, support from the teacher while students are writing, and use of checklists for students to assess their own writing. Here is what our checklists look like for the students. As you can see, we have different checklists for students at different proficiency levels. The formative assessment for this lesson is the students' drafts. We will check for students to have the information described earlier, and we will also look at their checklists to help determine if the students feel comfortable with drafting essays. That concludes this presentation on our unit. If you are interested in seeing more of our unit, it is attached as a file in the discussion. Thank you for watching.